Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video, and I am going to say this: some people are really not very, uh, they are not mindful of what they say. Some people are very loose with their mouth, and they think it is okay to come on national TV or wherever that was recorded and say something like that, right? Now, let me tell us something. You might actually be rich, but you are not classy. You are just like you have a very terrible mindset. And when you have a very terrible mindset, trust me, everything about your personality is in kind of a ruined and all that. And why was Tucker Carlson smiling and giggling when something serious, like somebody said something very uncool, right? Now, um, Elon Musk is saying that he is very scared. I know already because he does not want the other person to lose the election. That he said that he is messed, like if he would messed up if something like that happens, right? And at the same time, they also talked about Kamala Harris, how she's going to be up, and they were busy laughing and smiling and giggling, which he said he made the post, but he already deleted it. But people grabbed that. I love it for him. Let's get into this.
If he loses, man, what? You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like, yo,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but I get.
I have no plausible deniability. No, and I've been trashing Kamala nonstop.
Oh, I know.
Well, the Kamala puppet, I call it.
So recently, Vladimir Putin's mouthpiece, Tucker Carlson here, sat down for an interview, if you want to call it that, with the kind of immigrant that the Republican Party doesn't seem to mind. Elon Musk, who immigrated to this country in 2010 from South Africa. He's the kind of African that they also don't seem to mind. A South Africa that made his father and his grandfather rich under the system of apartheid. But I digress. Now, in this bromance interview, I want you to listen to the way in which Elon just dismisses the post he had to delete on X about him calling for the unaliving of Kamala Harris.
I made a joke which I realized I deleted, which is like nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless. What do you achieve? Nothing.
No,
It's
totally
just find
right.
another puppet.
Exactly. That's.
I'm not surprised that someone like Elon Musk from South Africa or a white man like Tucker Carlson talk about women in such a dismissive manner. We're going to come back and unpack that, but I would like to talk about the fact that Elon Musk, for somebody who claims to be so intelligent, doesn't do research either. The idea that they're just going to speed past the similarities of Ryan Wesley Roth having ammunition and a rifle outside of a gate at a golf club that President Trump was at and no shots was fired. In the light that Kamala Harris's residency at the Naval Observatory had a similar incident. D.C. police arrested 31-year-old Paul Murray of San Antonio, and at the time of his arrest, he had a rifle and ammunition in the vehicle outside of the vice presidency's residence, where he was just watching. Murray was in possession of an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, 113 rounds of unregistered ammunition, and had 5 30-round magazines in his possession. I'm sure he was just honey. But that, of course, are the incidents involving people running their cars into the gates surrounding the Naval Observatory and the White House doesn't fit their narrative. Now, the glaring hypocrisy rooted in misogyny and racism is to call somebody a puppet after you say the following.
I've been trashing Kamala nonstop. Oh, I know. Well, the Kamala puppet, I call her. You know.
Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense to spend 70 some tweets a day for a billionaire like you tweeting about Kamala Harris if she's just a puppet. Now, I'm going to close with a question. And this question is directed at white men like these and men that are rocket raccoons especially. And just in general, those people who say Kamala Harris is not strong enough to be president of the United States. Now, I know what that's rooted in. But here's my question to those people. And you all make sure you share this with them or ask them this question in their comment section and report back their answer. But tell me your idea of a strong woman, past or present. A strong black woman that you think would be able to lead this country. I'm just curious.
Well, at least they know it.
If he loses, man, what? You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
And it gets worse.
I made a joke, which I realized I deleted, which is like nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless. What do you achieve? Nothing.
No, it's totally
Just find
right.
another puppet.
Exactly. That's
It's no point in killing.
it's deep and true, though.
So much for toning down the rhetoric, huh? Go to vote.org. Make sure you're ready to vote this November. Plain and simple. Blue, up, and down.
You know, I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support, if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes, and Gates.
And Gates.
So this is all I got from the video, and sincerely speaking, some people really wow. Like, I think I'm going to use that. Because how did they set up their seat and started recording themselves? Or I know it's more like Tucker Carlson, you all already know him. I mean, they do productions and all that, but how did he, this is to tell you some certain things happening to people are just not by probably the president. There are still other people somewhere controlling the government, because you all already know that some people are very much invested when it comes to this politics, all right? Some people have already put out money. Why? Because you all already know that each government, they have people that they work with, and people that eventually, when things go well, if things they become president, they have somewhere that maybe there is something that they are going to benefit from it so well. When I say so well, because I really know this one so well, because most of these top people, rich people, look for people that sponsor. Why? Because they they already believe so much in that person. That is mostly people when they work hand in hand and they get somebody into politics, probably through through donation, through massive support. And when the person eventually becomes a president, they first of all start paying up some money that probably people may have given them for election campaign and all that, then end up not doing anything for the citizen. All this happened, or before you know what is going on, their businesses are booming. Why? Because usually they make laws that favor their businesses and that prosper them so much. That's why I know how people are very much against capitalism and the rest of it. But this is absolutely what this is all about. Some of them might have invested so hard that if anything happens and that man does not win, and I'm not saying there will be problems and all that, but it is going to shake them so bad because you all already know that they've invested so much and they are waiting because they feel like they are going to reap the fruit of their womb when the person becomes president. And coming on live television or wherever this was recorded with the other man saying that they were going to do something not cool to Kamala Harris, is not very mindful, really. That is really a crazy thing to come out to say on the internet. I mean, you are going to harm a woman, like a woman. Are you really being real right now? I mean, some people are just very careless with their words and their and the way they behave. Because if this is not carelessness, tell me what it is. But then I love the fact that majority of them are able to voice out their problems or how they feel about people. Why? Because you absolutely, it will help you to know the people that are for you and people that are against you. But this is absolutely a very terrible one, sincerely speaking. And why was Dr. Carlson giggling all the period that he was saying that? I mean, I did not see anything funny with that. There is nothing funny with what he was blabbing. And yeah, you all already know how he made his money. South African through. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.